been really a firebrand for the first moment he stepped into Oak Park. He's been really, walking the streets, knocking on the doors, talking to people about how do we get folks gardening in their backyards? How do we provide food for folks that don't already have access to it, that don't know how to grow it, that have never been gardeners themselves? And how can we make it affordable? And Josh has really just been kind of that almost thorn in the side of everyone. He's so passionate, he's so dedicated to all of these principles, all of these ideas, almost more than anyone I know, and that's, I think, what we all really appreciate about him. Josh has, walked the streets of South Oak Park, a lot of places that folks are kind of intimidated to go. He's actually set up days once, one build almost every month, where he's actually been able to construct, these garden boxes where folks can grow from seedlings or from seeds, these plants that, will hopefully yield the fruits that they can enjoy later on. So I don't think we need to go on and on about Josh, but he has just been a really, amazing presence here in Oak Park and in the Sacramento region. He's been a really wonderful addition to things like the Oak Park Food Collaborative and then the Oak Park Neighborhood Association. So I just want to say a big thanks to Josh and the Emerging Sacramento League of Urban Gardeners.
Paul's a little taller than me, I'm kind of a short guy. 5'6". Just to tell you a little something about Sacramento League of Urban Gardeners, or SLUG for short. We are a not-for-profit food justice collective that is fiscally sponsored by Ubuntu Green, which is another organization in Oak Park in South Sacramento. So the idea of food justice is to try to shed some light on the fact that healthy food is not really like a class privilege, but more of a human right that, regardless of socioeconomic status, everybody has a right to healthy food. So that's what we're trying to do, is trying to get more healthy food in Oak Park. So what we do is we did 5 garden builds last year, organic garden builds in Oak Park. We've also conducted we've also conducted 2 food justice workshops and done a composting workshop at Sac High. So we're just really trying to continue working at the level where we're trying to address the root causes of healthy food access, and that starts with teaching people how to grow their own food and empowering youth to get involved in that movement. Unfortunately, I can't say that SLUG is entirely a justice organization, because what SLUG does is really just kind of deal with the consequences of deeper structural causes that produce the poverty that sort of determines people's location. People who are impoverished are sort of forced to live in certain areas of town, and that poverty leads to a lack of healthy food access. So what we need to try to do as a community is address those economic conditions and the economic system that leads people to have to live in certain communities that don't have healthy food access. So while SLUG is really trying to work on that level, we have a long way to go in addressing different structures, but we're doing the best we can, and I thank everybody for coming out and supporting SLUG, and just look us up on the web if you have any questions, and thanks for coming out.
So I do have the privilege of living here in Oak Park, and so I do get